What's up everybody, I'm Brandon, and in today's video we're going to be going over how to spool a fishing reel with monofilament line. Stick around until the end to find out how.
So we're going to take the line and we're going to run it through the first eye. We're going to be creating a knot at the end of this line, and so you're going to make a little overhand knot. So you're going to just loop around. If you make it too long, you gotta tighten the tag. It's actually not too bad, but now I made it so small. I'm gonna make this as tight, this knot as tight as I can. So pretty good. I don't have a lot, as you can see, I don't have a lot there, but that's pretty good. You're gonna take your line and you're gonna create a lasso. You're gonna want to pinch down. You're gonna take this end basically around here, and you're going to make a overhand knot. You push it through. You need to get it like kind of loose, but you see, like, you're basically creating a line. So you're like creating like a lasso. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus. So what you're going to do now, and make sure like I said though, like make sure your line is through that first eye, because if you don't do that, also make sure your bail is up, because if not, like, you're not going to have a good time. So you're going to push, basically you're going to pull. As you can see, your tag end is going to tighten down. So it's going to tighten this thing down on each, like on both of the knots. You're just going to give it a good tug as much as you can, and that's going to really compact these two. All right, now what we're going to do to spool up this line is we're going to close the bail. This thing is, the line's going to be under this and this pinch point. That's very important. We are going to have our line, which, as I said before, needs to be coming off the spool in a counterclockwise position. So it needs to be coming out. In my case, label up facing me, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, and you have one of two choices. You can either keep putting saliva on your fingers and hold this line. I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to get a paper towel that's wet, and I'm going to hold this thing. So wait just 1 second. I'm going to take my wet paper towel. I'm going to apply tension, and I'm going to grab this thing like this. So all you are doing is, as you are applying tension to this thing, you're just going to hold with a moist paper towel. If I can hold this thing so you can see, we're just going to reel it up. You can go slow, you can go fast, you can do whatever you want. I think you guys get the idea. Now, if you were using this for mono backing, you would just fill it up to your desired length, and you would do a uni-to-uni knot with braided line. Now, if you want to see that video, I will be posting that at the end of this one, so make sure to look for that as well. We are going to be just doing monofilament on this reel, so I won't be doing any uni-to-uni knots in this one. But like I said, if you're interested in that video, make sure to check that out. Now we are filling up this entire spool. Now you might be asking yourself, well, how full do I need to go? How much line? How do I know when it's, you know, if my reel says, so for example, my reel says that I fit 200 yards. Well, how do I know when I hit 200 yards? Because my spool is 330 yards. Well, you're not going to fully really know. I mean, yeah, you could get into some sort of calculation. You could calculate that you're, you know, you need this many turns for this many yards. But I mean, you really want to be that specific with it? I mean, yeah, you could if you really wanted to. Most people just, you know, most people, when they're spooling up a line, they're just keeping tension. They're going to fill this thing up until it is about 1/8 of an inch to 1/16 of an inch from this top lip. So if you are somewhere close to that, chances are you're going to be fine.
you're going to have enough line. And to be honest, even if I'm putting 200 yards of monofilament on there, do you realize that that is the length of 2 football fields? Where am I letting that fish go to? And unless I'm on open water, that's, and at that point, do I really need 8-pound test? I mean, it's probably, you know, I probably don't have a strong enough line. So for this pole, yeah, 200 yards, or even at this point, 150 yards would be plenty. It's going to be overkill. But as you can tell, we're just going to keep spinning. I am going to fill the rest of this up, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So just hold on a second. Okay, so I have the final product here, as you can see. I have my line, and I got it filled up. I did about 1/16 of an inch. I like a little bit more line on there. I could have done a hair less, but from my experience, you know, if you snag or something like that, you're going to be cutting off some line. And, you know, with all your tag-ins and stuff, and if you do any like Palomar knots or advanced clinch knots, if you give yourself way too much line and you end up, you know, wasting line like that, well, it's better to have a little bit more, especially if you're a little bit newer to fishing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a question down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos, tutorials, guides, whatever you want to see on fishing. I'm going to be doing it all. And take care, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.